June 2nd, 2023, 9 p.m., Ocala, Florida. 35-year-old AJ Owens walks across her quiet neighborhood street to knock on her neighbor's door. She's a devoted mother of 4 who simply wants to talk about why 58-year-old Susan Lorincz has been yelling at her children for playing in a field near their homes. AJ has no idea that Susan is standing on the other side of that door, gripping a loaded .380 caliber handgun and preparing to end a mother's life over a neighborhood dispute that should have been resolved with a simple conversation. In the next 30 seconds, AJ Owens will become another victim of America's toxic combination of racial prejudice, stand-your-ground laws, and a neighbor who believed that black children playing too loudly deserved a death sentence. But this isn't just another tragic shooting. This is the story of how years of simmering racial hatred exploded into murder, how Florida's controversial self-defense laws protected a killer, and how one mother's attempt to protect her children cost her everything.
She said there's an old white lady.
Do you have your trauma bag? There is still someone with a gun.
She's inside.
Okay. Where?
Bro,
Where?
ex-military. She's in the house, bro. That apartment. Right here. This first apartment. I need like a tour guide.
Baby, wake up!
That room right there.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, baby, wake up! Baby, wake up! Baby, wake up!
We need to do CPR real quick.
Baby, wake up!
CPR.
Baby, wake up!
Let me see. Do we have any pulse? Do we have any pulse? We got a pulse! We got a pulse!
All right.
Sheriff's office, come outside with your hands up! This is the Marion County Sheriff's Office, come outside with your hands up! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Turn around! Turn around! Where's your gun at?
You got hands? You got hands?
You're going to be detained.
Is there anybody else in the house?
There's somebody else in the house. Can I just get my
No,
daughter?
no, not right now.
You're not under arrest, you're being detained.
Okay, I understand.
Come over here.
Oh, wait, please close the door. I have 2 cats inside.
Hold
I
on.
don't want the cats to run.
Get my med bag. Start giving first aid.
Outside, London! Come here! Come here!
The police bag? Green shoulder bag. Here.
Go assess the person down. Okay.
You're fucking done!
She's still with us.
Here. Move. She's got a pulse. Move. She does? Here.
Yeah, she's got a pulse.
Where's the gunshot wound?
I don't know.
Here.
What did you show her with? Here.
It's probably like a 22 or something.
Oh my God!
You said she has
No
a pulse?
exit, no exit, yes.
She's got pulse.
Very
said
faint,
she's got
very
pulse.
faint, very faint. There's no exit.
Bro, we've been planning to do this for the longest time, bro.
Cops on this fucking woman for fucking ever.
Oh my God.
I got it. Where's she shot at?
Right here. Right here.
Right here.
Chest. Right here. Right side of the chest.
Okay. There's no exit.
Who over there was here?
I don't see a lot of blood. Yeah, I don't see the blood either. It's probably like a 22 or something.
I got her, baby. Get my stuff. Get my clothes.
Can you make sure her kids are in medical bag?
They're in my house.
That's the mother right there. That's her mother right there.
Hey, boss man, keep the light over here.
Yeah, I know you're upset. Focus on CPR, man. Let me do the rest. We're together. Murder, not harder.
The neighbor.
Oh my
Can
God.
you fucking imagine if this was our kids?
Officer, take a few steps back. Just keep the light right here.
You need to switch out. Let somebody know.
Got you.
Alright, hold on. Let me cut so I can see her hands up.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
alright, bye.
Kids are saying that they only heard one shot.
Not a single. Okay. Good.
I knew when I seen them over here playing today. I said she was all acting as.
We always call the cops on this woman. They won't do nothing about her.
I seen the kids praying, bro. I knew it.
You guys are positive there was no exit wound?
No, I checked it. I didn't see
Shine your light in the
anything.
back for me.
Here. Let me roll her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, check her back.
No.
Any exit?
No.
No exit.
Oh, girl, drive a great truck.
Bro, this is fucking crazy. Alright.
Oh, girl, drive a great truck. They got it right together. Man, come on now, bro. For some kids, boy. For kids,
And you said there's no exit?
No, I didn't see one unless it's in another spot.
damn, and the kids was over there. They wasn't even open here. They sitting right there watching them all day.
Give all this flashlight. I'm gonna scan her legs
Yeah.
real quick.
Can they advise if there's anybody else in the house?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna stay with it.
Hey, can you go show medics where we're at so they don't get confused?
Right here.
Over here.
Dunbar Station, still 1033.
Stay with them, boo.
Alright.
Stay
Stop
with
for a
them,
second.
boo.
Check pulse. Check her pulse.
If not, are you clear then?
How long has she been down?
Maybe it's not even 20 minutes now.
Yeah.
I can feel her pulse. I can feel it. I
No.
felt it's very faint, but I feel it.
No exit wound.
10-4-98,
No.
1033.
She has one small
It
wound
sounded like a
here.
22 or something.
Wrong for the kids. Praying, bro. The kids.
Right here, we still need to clear it.
It sounded like a 22 or something.
You ready? Mary Cat! Do any of y'all have crime scene tape?
Yeah, I do. I got
Okay,
it.
we'll see it.
Put it right here. Hey, there's a little boy by my car. He's the one that was the primary witness.
Okay. Show me which one you were referring to.
I'll probably hang out by my car.
Hey, where's my phone? Where's She should have been in jail. She should have. Hey, get your ass in the house now.
Did you see him?
Got it. How you holding up, ma'am? Give me a second. She's gonna be in there in a minute. Will you put her handcuffs in front?
Yeah.
You gotta take it? I do. All she did was knock, and I'm next thing you know, she opened the door and I'm
Here, step out for me real quick. All right, I'm gonna move your handcuffs to the front. All right.
On the road, anyone has to get out.
Please out my house.
We were gonna secure your house. All
Okay.
right, let me see your
right.
lay it together like you're praying.
Okay. Okay. All right. In my pocket is my keys for the house.
We'll grab those in a second. All right.
Yeah, because there's too much stuff in my. I don't want anybody to grab the gun.
No one is gonna go inside. All right.
Okay. All right.
Are you-
Actually, I don't know where my keys are. Shit.
All right, that's fine. We'll figure it out. All right.
AJ Owens was the kind of mother every child deserves. At 35 years old, she was raising 4 beautiful children as a single parent, working tirelessly to provide them with love, stability, and opportunities to succeed. Her friends and family described AJ as fiercely protective of her children, someone who would go to any length to ensure they were safe, happy, and treated with dignity and respect. She was involved in their education, their activities, and their daily lives in ways that demonstrated her complete devotion to their well-being. AJ's children were typical kids who loved to play outside, ride their bikes, and enjoy the freedom that should come with living in a safe neighborhood. They were loud sometimes, energetic always, and filled with the kind of joy that makes childhood magical. But their neighbor, Susan Lorincz, saw something different when she looked at AJ's children. Where others saw normal kids being kids, Susan saw a threat, a nuisance, and targets for the kind of racial hatred that had been festering in her heart for years. The conflict between AJ and Susan had been building for months, possibly years. Susan Lorincz had repeatedly called police to complain about AJ's children, claiming they were too loud, too disruptive, and unwelcome in the neighborhood where they lived. Susan Louise Lorincz was 58 years old and filled with the kind of racial hatred that had been poisoning American neighborhoods for generations. She was the type of person who saw black children playing and immediately assumed they were up to no good, who called police on families of color for activities that would be completely ignored if they were white. The pattern of harassment had been escalating for months. Susan would call police whenever AJ's children played outside, claiming they were trespassing, being too loud, or somehow threatening her safety. These weren't legitimate complaints. They were the actions of a racist neighbor who wanted to make life miserable for a black family. On the day of the murder, the conflict reached a breaking point. AJ's children were playing in a field near their homes when Susan Lorincz began yelling at them, using language and displaying behavior that was clearly motivated by racial animosity. The confrontation escalated when Susan allegedly threw items at the children, including roller skates that struck AJ's 10-year-old son. This wasn't just a neighbor asking kids to quiet down. This was an adult attacking children because of the color of their skin. When AJ learned that her neighbor had physically assaulted her children, she did what any loving mother would do. She went to Susan's door to demand an explanation and insist that the harassment stop. AJ knocked on Susan's door, expecting a difficult but necessary conversation about treating her children with basic human decency. Instead, she was met with a .380 caliber bullet fired through the closed door. At approximately 9 p.m. on June 2, 2023, AJ Owens approached Susan Lorincz's front door with the reasonable expectation that she could have a conversation about why her neighbor had been harassing and attacking her children. Susan Lorincz was waiting on the other side of that door with a loaded handgun, having made the decision that she would rather commit murder than have a civil conversation with her black neighbor. Without warning, without provocation, and without any legitimate fear for her safety, Susan Lorincz fired a single shot through her closed door, striking AJ Owens in the chest and ending the life of a devoted mother who was simply trying to protect her children. AJ collapsed on Susan's doorstep as her 10-year-old son watched in horror, witnessing his mother's murder at the hands of a neighbor who had decided that black lives didn't matter. The shot was fired through a locked door, meaning Susan never saw a weapon, never faced a direct threat, and never had any legitimate reason to fear for her life. She killed AJ Owens because she was angry about being confronted, because she was filled with racial hatred, and because Florida's Stand Your Ground laws had convinced her that she could murder a black woman and claim self-defense. Susan Lorincz called 911 after shooting AJ Owens, but her demeanor on the call revealed someone who was more concerned about justifying her actions than expressing remorse for taking a life. The investigation into AJ Owens' murder revealed the disturbing pattern of racial harassment that had led to her death, and the complete lack of justification for Susan Lorincz's use of deadly force. Police body camera footage from previous calls to the Lorincz residence showed a woman who was obsessed with AJ's children, who called law enforcement repeatedly over minor childhood activities, and who displayed clear signs of racial bias in her complaints. The evidence was overwhelming that Susan had not acted in self-defense. AJ Owens was unarmed when she was shot. She was standing outside a locked door, posing no immediate threat to Susan's safety. There was no physical altercation, no weapons present, and no reasonable justification for the use of deadly force. Despite this clear evidence, it took investigators several days to arrest Susan Lorincz, raising questions about whether her case was being handled differently because her victim was a black woman. The delay in arrest sparked outrage in the community and beyond, with AJ's family and supporters demanding justice for a mother who had been murdered for the crime of protecting her children from a racist neighbor. When Susan was finally arrested and charged with manslaughter, many questioned why she wasn't charged with first-degree murder given the evidence of premeditation and racial motivation.
The other day she tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested and we're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog.
Newly released body cam footage showing one of the last encounters AJ Owens had with officers in her Ocala community.
The very neighbor who called police on her several times over the last year, accused of shooting her earlier this month, killing her in front of her young children. News 6's Treasure Roberts is live in the newsroom tonight, digging into the body cam footage from the calls placed by Susan Lorincz. Treasure.
Matt Ginger, after combing through more than a dozen clips of body camera video, I learned Susan Lorincz was no stranger to 911. She made at least 8 separate calls to Marion County deputies in less than a year. While she claimed neighbors were harassing her, neighbors tell deputies it was the other way around. Body camera video of accused shooter Susan Lorincz reveals she had long-standing issues with several neighbors.
Trust me, this ain't the first time I've been out here.
Those are the sons.
Including children.
She always calls her cops, and she always gets arrested. And they're playing over. And then she tells us and she calls us an N-word.
In a total of 14 clips dating back to February 2022, I watched deputies continuously respond to this neighborhood because of complaints made by Lorincz.
Kids have been out of control, they're screaming, yelling, and the kids have been yelling.
She repeatedly told deputies neighborhood kids bully her.
I don't want to be intimidated by them screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a calling me Karen. They're calling me names.
In April, Marion County deputies addressed her concerns about children playing in the parking lot.
They need to be trespassing the hell out of here.
So what I'm looking at, where they're at, we can't trespass anybody from our kid. The issue is that the parking lot is a common area.
Mid-conversation, a man walks into the frame near her porch.
Can I talk to you for a second? When you get done? Yes.
I'll get over here just a second.
He's trespassing.
Came over to come ask us a question.
The deputies engaged the neighbor away from her residence.
I was trying to reason with her one day because we were all playing here. Young kids, everything jumped.
All right, let's go. And she's like, hey, you know what? One day you guys are gonna die.
And I'm like, and that's when I like, whoa.
Lorincz interrupted their conversation.
And apparently they're gonna match their pay.
The dog. Can't stop the dog from barking.
So, yeah, that's,
All right, well, you have a good one. Apparently we can't stand here and have a conversation.
AJ Owens had interactions with Lorincz before the day she was shot through a closed door.
It's funny because I'm the one that never comes outside and says anything to her. But
In February last year, deputies spoke with Owens, who said Lorincz badgered her kids.
my kids take the dog out. The other day she tells my son, I'm going to have you arrested and we're going to jail. He's 8, so he's terrified. He won't even walk the dog.
Owens told deputies when she addressed her neighbor about the comments, Lorincz mentioned race.
Oh, you black people always this. Okay.
Owens says Lorincz flashed a private property sign. Once she put it down, AJ picked it up, threw it, then walked away.
I guess she's already on the phone and I'm being attacked. Someone's attacking me.
On the last call captured on video before AJ Owens was killed, you could hear a frustrated deputy mumble about the encounters with Lorincz.
Psycho.
All of these body camera videos have been posted in full. You can find them on our website at clickorlando.com. In the newsroom, Treasure Roberts, Getting Results, News 6.
Treasure, thank you. Lorincz was arrested 4 days after the shooting. Tonight, the 58-year-old is charged with 1 count of manslaughter with a firearm and 1 count of assault. She could face up to 30 years in prison if convicted. She has been behind bars for almost a month now on a $154,000 bond. Again, see all of the deputy body camera videos for yourself and all of our previous reporting on this story at clickorlando.com.
The trial of Susan Lorincz began in August 2024, more than a year after she murdered AJ Owens. The prosecution faced the challenge of convincing a Florida jury that stand-your-ground laws didn't protect someone who shoots an unarmed person through a locked door. The defense attempted to paint Susan as a frightened woman who feared for her safety, claiming that AJ Owens was aggressive and threatening. They tried to justify the shooting by portraying AJ as the aggressor in a dispute that Susan herself had escalated through months of racist harassment. But the evidence told a different story. AJ Owens was unarmed, standing outside a locked door, trying to have a conversation about her children's safety. Susan Lorincz was inside her home, protected by a locked door, with no reasonable fear for her life. The prosecution presented compelling evidence that Susan's actions were motivated by racial bias, pointing to her pattern of harassment, her disproportionate response to normal childhood behavior, and her decision to shoot first and ask questions later. After deliberating the case, a jury convicted Susan Lorincz of manslaughter in the shooting death of AJ Owens. The conviction was a victory for justice, but it came too late to bring back a devoted mother whose only crime was protecting her children. In November 2024, Susan Lorincz was sentenced to 25 years in prison for the murder of AJ Owens. The sentence ensured that she would spend the rest of her productive years behind bars, but no prison term could ever adequately address the life that was stolen or the children left without their mother.
The woman who shot and killed her Ocala neighbor will serve 25 years in prison. Susan Lorincz was arrested in June of 2023 in the shooting death of 35-year-old AJ Owens.
News 6's Catherine Silver heard from the victim's family as that sentence came down.
Susan Lorincz spent 10 minutes talking about the trauma in her life and how she was terrified that night before she read a 2-minute statement apologizing to AJ Owens' children and family. Lorincz broke down into tears immediately after she finished speaking. It was an emotional hearing for everyone in the courtroom. The neighborhood feud between Owens and Lorincz was well documented, and after a confrontation between their children who were playing outside, the dispute turned deadly. Lorincz shot and killed AJ Owens through a locked front door. Owens' mother says she felt like she could finally exhale once the judge announced the sentence. Right after the hearing, she spoke about the grief and the trauma her 4 grandchildren live with without their mother.
When this all happened, they were 3, 7, 9, and 12. Very young to even understand the gravity of what has happened, the long-term effects of what has happened. They're living in the right now, and right now they don't have a mother.
I so wish I could go back and change things so that she was still here. I would trade my life so that she could be here.
When the judge read his sentence, he said this shooting never needed to happen, and he believes that Susan Lorincz acted more out of anger than out of fear. He gave her a 25-year sentence. The maximum she could have faced was 30. Owens' family says it is still considerable, and they are pleased. In Ocala, I'm Catherine Silver, getting results, News 6.
The murder of AJ Owens gained national attention not just because of its tragic circumstances, but because it highlighted the deadly intersection of racial prejudice and America's controversial self-defense laws. The upcoming Netflix documentary, The Perfect Neighbor, which premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in 2025, examines how fear, prejudice, and stand-your-ground laws combined to create the circumstances that led to AJ's death. The documentary uses police body camera footage to reveal how a long-running neighborhood dispute turned fatal, showing viewers the pattern of harassment that preceded the murder and the racial dynamics that made violence inevitable. But beyond its value as a true crime documentary, The Perfect Neighbor serves as an indictment of the legal and social systems that allow racist neighbors to terrorize families of color and then claim self-defense when their hatred turns deadly. AJ Owens' death has become a symbol of the ongoing struggle for racial justice in America, demonstrating how Black parents must navigate not just the challenges of raising children, but the additional burden of protecting them from neighbors who see their very existence as a threat. The case has sparked important conversations about reforming stand-your-ground laws, addressing racial bias in neighborhood disputes, and ensuring that future AJ Owens don't have to die simply for being Black mothers trying to protect their children.